Jumpa lagi di video kami. Kali ini saya kedatangan tamu dari kota London. Namanya Yoshi Abe. Beliau saat ini bekerja di institusi yang sering kita kenal sebagai UCL Foundation. Yoshi, would you like to introduce yourself to our students?
Yep. Hello, my name is Yoshi, and I'm from UCL Center for Languages and International Education.
Right. So, UCL Center for Languages and International Education. What is actually UCL Foundation itself? How do you tell students when the students is asking about it?
Sure. So the UCL Foundation, we call it Undergraduate Preparatory Certificate, the UPC. The UPC is for students who don't have a qualification to apply to UCL's undergraduate degree directly. So for example, for students from Indonesia, they are studying local curriculum, so that's SMA students.
Okay, so that means for SMA students, when they finish their third year or they finish their high school, if they want to go to UCL, they go through UCL Foundation, yeah?
Correct, yes.
So
yeah.
you said UPC, UCL Preparatory
Undergraduate Preparatory Certificate. Yes.
Undergraduate Preparatory Certificate. Program ini adalah program yang disediakan bagi teman-teman yang lulus SMA dan ingin melanjutkan S1-nya di UCL, maka kita bisa masuk ke program mereka. Foundation-nya, dari foundation itu nantinya kita baru bisa diterima di UCL kalau semua nilai-nilai kita memenuhi syarat, ya. Okay, right. So where it is located?
So UCL is located in central London. So within 10 to 15 minutes walk, you'll find famous landmarks or places. For example, the British Museum, it's nearby. The British Library is also nearby. There are also famous shopping streets nearby called Oxford Street and Regent Street.
Okay, so not too far from those nice places.
Not too far. Yeah, you could walk to those places. Yes.
5 minutes walk?
10 to 15.
Okay, 10 to 15 minutes walk. Right. And when the students, if a student studying at your center, will they be living within the center itself?
So yes, they can apply for UCL accommodation.
Okay.
Yes, and then live in one of the either UCL accommodation, or we also have something called intercollegiate halls. So those are the accommodation for students studying at one of the University of London institutions. Yes.
Okay, menarik sekali. Kalau kita sekolah di UCL Foundation, kita akan tinggal juga di tengah-tengah kota London di akomodasi yang disediakan oleh mereka, atau bahkan di akomodasi yang dikoordinir oleh University of London. Jadi kita bisa berada di tengah-tengah mahasiswa lainnya yang mungkin sedang kuliah S1, S2 maupun S3 di universitas-universitas terkenal tersebut. What are the programs that you provide for students from Indonesia?
So we have two pathways, UPC SE and UPC H. So UPC SE is for students who'd like to study science and engineering courses for their degree, and UPC H is for humanities. We also offer, in each pathway, we also have an option for students to then study toward architecture degree.
So UPC AC
SE
for engineering,
Science and Engineering.
Science
UPC,
or
SE.
SC,
Yeah.
Science and Engineering, and then Humanities.
Yeah, humanities.
And then Architecture.
Yeah.
Humanities covering what kind of subjects within humanities? Like if a student wants to go for business?
Yeah, could be. As well, social sciences, politics, anthropology, a lot. Yes.
All right. And then when the students go for foundation in engineering, science and engineering, what kind of undergraduate usually they go to?
They go to a variety of courses. At UCL, we actually have over 400 courses at undergraduate level. Our students go and study life sciences, engineering programs, computer science as well.
Computer science, any kind of engineering.
Yeah,
they can
science
go.
and engineering,
Right.
yes, yeah.
A bit of tricky questions. If our students go to your foundation, will they be able to go to other universities as well, apart from UCL?
Yes, of course. So that's one of the things we talk about. So the UCL Foundation prepared students for UCL and other top universities in the UK. So lots of our students obviously go to progress to UCL, but also we have students progressing to other top universities.
Right. So they can go, if they're finished and successful in the foundations, they'll be able to go to other universities than UCL also.
Yes,
Right.
correct, yeah.
Program foundation mereka memang didesain sedemikian rupa dan diterima oleh universitas-universitas yang lain yang ada di Inggris. Namun, sekarang kita akan tanya seberapa ketat seleksinya untuk masuk ke UCL Foundations. Right. Is it very difficult to get into your foundation?
It is competitive and selective. So we normally look for the top students in countries. So for, if it is Indonesia, we're looking at top SMA students. We do entrance tests and interviews during our application process.
Right. So when the students is applying, they'll apply, then they will have entrance tests.
Yep.
After they pass the entrance test, they will go for interview. If they pass the interview, they are accepted.
They'll be then, yeah, if they're successful in the interview, they'll be offered a place, yes.
Can you give us one question? What is usually being asked by the selector when they are interviewing the students?
So, for example, we would more like discuss their study plans, like what they would like to study, for their degree program, and yeah.
Right. So remember, that is one of the questions you'll be asked about your study plan. What do you want to study after you graduate or after you finish the foundation? So you have to make sure that you are very confident in answering the questions. Convince them you are very good students as well. Is that true?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I think an interview is an opportunity for us to see if the student will be successful on the program, but also for the students to see whether our foundation is the right fit for them.
Okay. Right. Now, I am very sure all your students are coming from all over the world. Can you name 5 countries where your students coming from?
We are quite diverse program because we have 38 nationalities
38
on
nationalities.
the program. Yes,
Right.
yeah.
Top 5?
Top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have students from China. We also have students from Saudi Arabia. Where do we?
Japan?
Japan. We have students from Japan or Korea.
Korea?
Yes.
India?
India, no, not so many from
No?
India.
You have
no.
from Indonesia, of course.
Indonesia, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is the length of the program of the UPC?
It's one academic year, so it's 9 months.
9 months. You will start your study by September and you'll finish in May, June.
June.
About June. Right. When the students have finished, do they have to submit their own application again to the university or the institutions will assist them?
So we actually help students apply to their universities. So because our students apply to UCL and also other universities when they submit the application. So yes, yeah.
Okay. So they'll be assisted by the institutions to apply to other universities.
Yeah, we have education advisor on our program, and they will advise students on UCAS application and
All right. So the advisor will assist them.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you mention the range of the tuition fee for one academic year?
So again, obviously it depends in each year.
The science engineering for this year, how much would
But
that be?
it's actually the same, so 25,500 for one academic year.
25,500.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Humanities?
the same.
The same, 25,500 pounds for 1 year, 9 months. And then the last one is the architecture.
If they wanted architecture, there's a little bit of extra because they have the tuition for the architecture portfolio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so the students will be taught about making portfolio for architecture.
Yeah, they have a portfolio component during the foundation. Yes.
Right, so they will have a portfolio component. Bagi teman-teman yang memang tertarik untuk mengikuti program foundation di arsitektur, bidang studi arsitektur, UCL Foundation akan juga membantu membuat atau memberikan panduan, membuat sebuah portfolio yang standarnya memenuhi standar apa yang ingin universitas lihat. Memang tidak mudah untuk masuk ke program arsitektur. Oleh karenanya mereka mendampingi kita semua untuk membuat portfolio arsitektur. Right, so how much is the tuition fee for Architecture Foundation?
So yeah, if a student would like to do architecture, the fee is 26,750.
Right, so it is a bit more expensive, guys. 26,750
yep.
pounds sterling for one academic year. That means September to June. After June, they'll go back to their home country, to prolong the visa for the undergraduate. Okay, now one last questions from us. Yoshie, any good advice for our SMA students if they really want to go for your foundation program?
So I guess my advice would be to study hard in their current curriculum because we are looking for top quality students.
Right.
But also, you should enjoy your student life while you're here and also be prepared to be independent so that, when you come to the UK, you can live on your own and then also study the UPC.
Right. Oh, one thing I forgot to ask you. What is the IELTS requirement for SMA students?
That's a good question. So it actually depends on the degree program they would like to progress to, but the minimum is 6.0 overall.
So 6.0 is the minimum requirement to go for UCL Foundation, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Right. Apabila kita punya IELTS minimum 6, maka kita sudah memenuhi persyaratan bahasa Inggrisnya. Jadi skor yang mereka cari adalah 6,0. Kalau dari nilai akademis dan lain-lainnya, pada umumnya mereka akan mencari minimum nilainya yang tidak kurang dari 8 tentunya. Ya, okay. So thank you so much for coming and thank you for sharing the information. I hope by now lots of students as well as parents do understand what is UCL Foundation. Right, thank you.
Great, thank you.
Terima kasih banyak sudah menonton sesi ini di mana kami mengadakan wawancara dengan UCL Foundation yang membantu menjembatani lulusan SMA dari Indonesia untuk bisa diterima dan memenuhi persyaratan masuk ke UCL di London. Sampai jumpa di video kami selanjutnya.